Welcome to Turner Classic Movies. I'm Ben Mankiewicz. Our birthday tribute to director Steven Spielberg continues now with a little summer thriller that seemingly came out of nowhere to become the #1 movie of all time at the time of its release, and firmly establish its young director as a force to be reckoned with in Hollywood. From 1975, Roy Scheider, Richard Dreyfuss, and Robert Shaw star in Jaws. This movie was based on the best-selling novel by author Peter Benchley, who was a former speechwriter for President Lyndon Johnson. He was also the grandson of legendary American humorist Robert Benchley. The terror in the movie takes place on the fictional Amity Island, somewhere off the New England coast. And in the waters surrounding the island, a colossal shark has been snacking aggressively, leading to a colossal movie hit. Until Jaws, studios used to bury their mistakes in the summer, because who would want to go to the movies in the summer? Conventional wisdom said that you needed big stars to open a big movie, something that Jaws clearly lacked, but all that changed with this film. Certainly, the biggest star to be launched in this movie was director Steven Spielberg. But this is also the movie that put composer John Williams on the map. Williams had been earning a living in Hollywood for 20 years, but his simple little theme for Jaws became one of cinema's most memorable elements, and it's more than enough to make people think twice about swimming in the ocean today. It even haunts me when I shower. From Universal in 1975, here's Jaws.
Most people get attacked by sharks in 3 feet of water, about 10 feet from the beach. Yeah.
We're not only going to have to close the beach, we're going to have to hire somebody to kill the shark.
Bad fish. But I'll catch him and kill him.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
That's a 20-footer.
25.
He's coming straight for us. Don't screw it up now.
Don't wait for me. Now! Shoot!
Jaws was nominated for 4 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. It won for Best Score, Best Sound, and Best Editing, establishing a level of technical excellence in Steven Spielberg's movies that, of course, still continues today. Now, as for that Best Editing Oscar, that becomes pretty obvious once you really understand how this movie was made. Spielberg used 3 hydraulically operated sharks. On close examination, they looked like hydraulically operated sharks. So how did Spielberg make them look so scary? Well, he cut out every scene where the shark looks fake, so he could only use the second or 2 where it looked real and terrifying. By the way, the sharks were all called Bruce, named after Spielberg's lawyer. And the old joke, why don't sharks attack lawyers? Professional courtesy. Up next, TCM's birthday tribute to Steven Spielberg continues with a powerful drama that earned 11 Oscar nominations.
Today on Turner Classic Movies, our birthday tribute to director Steven Spielberg comes to an end with Danny Glover, Whoopi Goldberg, and Oprah Winfrey in The Color Purple. Then The Essentials kicks off our spotlight on Marilyn Monroe, along with Jack Lemmon and Tony Curtis in Some Like It Hot. And Professor Cary Grant and Secretary Monroe experience the effects of the Fountain of Youth in director Howard Hawks' Monkey Business. Stay with Turner Classic Movies here today.
In this video, we watch Turner Classic Movies intro for the film Jaws as it was presented on TCM in 2004. TCM showed this film as part of a birthday tribute to director Steven Spielberg. Jaws is a 1975 thriller from Universal Pictures. It stars Roy Scheider, Richard Dreyfuss, Robert Shaw, Lorraine Gary, and Murray Hamilton. In the film, a great white shark terrorizes beachgoers and vacationers at the New England summer resort town, Amity Island. After a number of deaths, Roy Scheider as Police Chief Martin Brody, Richard Dreyfuss as marine biologist Matt Hooper, and Robert Shaw as professional shark hunter Quint set out to hunt down the shark and kill it. This film plays out like a thriller during its first 2 acts, but relies heavily on adventure and character development during its 3rd act. It's in this 3rd act when Martin Brody, Matt Hooper, and Quint set out to hunt down and kill the shark. Most of the iconic scenes and the most memorable quotes from Jaws, like, "You're going to need a bigger boat," come from this 3rd act. Jaws was based on the 1974 novel of the same name by Peter Benchley, but the book and the movie differ wildly in parts. For example, in the book, Hooper has an affair with Brody's wife, and Mayor Vaughn has ties to the mafia. And the ending of the book is slightly different from the movie, with certain characters dying in the book but surviving in the movie. Jaws has a score of 97% on Rotten Tomatoes. It was a huge success at the box office, bringing in $477.9 million against a budget of only $9 million. That's like $2.8 billion in today's dollars. In fact, it was the highest grossing picture of all time until Star Wars came along 2 years later. Jaws is considered to be the first summer blockbuster, starting the trend of studios releasing their biggest films during the summer. I liked Jaws when I first saw it as a kid, but I have to admit it did freak me out a lot. I was probably way too young to see it in the theater, but I had one of those cool aunts who didn't think twice about taking a 7-year-old to a film like Jaws. I remember checking our swimming pool for sharks a lot after seeing that movie. As I got older, I grew to appreciate the film on a deeper level. It has a feeling of realism that isn't present in a lot of other films from the time. Part of this